calling her in and I'm saying to her, I need answers.
Curious if there has been any conversation about whether it's referee pay, referee training, anything to ensure that is as good as it can be.
Are we doing? Seriously, what are we doing this season? What happened to you in the offseason? Who hurt you, DiJonai? Ever since the season tipped off, you have been a one-person wrecking ball, wrecking havoc on the floor, wrecking havoc after the game, approaching officials, eye-raking Jessica Shepard. Another week, another day of dirt bag.
DiJonai Carrington likely glanced at the clock as it hit 0 and decided it was the ideal moment for a confrontation. Evidently, 4 entire quarters of basketball didn't quite satisfy her cardiovascular needs, as she appeared to crave an additional post-game stint in which Satou Sabally became the unwitting focus of her attention.
Disgusting what's going on with her. You guys need to put a stop to this because it is going too far. She was out there hacking again versus Phoenix today. And not only was she out there hacking and doing all of that stuff, let's look at her trying to interrupt the Phoenix Mercury's huddle and start a fight with Satou Sabally and Mercury players. Let's look at this nonsense. You guys need to put a stop.
At this stage, Cathy Engelbert seems to be managing the league with all the fervor of a local book club host. It's high time she received a rule book, a whistle, and perhaps a dose of reality, because this isn't merely a routine WNBA scuffle. It's an outright pandemonium potluck, and yes, it's as fiery as it sounds. Get your popcorn ready and fasten your seatbelt. Things are about to take an exhilarating turn for the Wild.
Some serious drama going down here after this ball game ended. Well, I'm surprised security...
Now you see her go approach her? You see her go approach her? You see her go approach her from behind? And that look, her teammates are having to pull her back and all of that. Bruh, you lost. Y'all got smacked. Y'all have won one game. Take your sorry asses to the locker room. Take y'all sorry asses to the locker room. Y'all won one game all year. Shout out to Paige. You had a hell of a performance today. Y'all stink. Don't interrupt the other team huddle. Take y'all trash team to the locker room.
And you assume it ends there? Think again. The real Itasca isn't just what occurred, but how in the world this chaos persists. It's 2025, and we're witnessing seasoned, fully compensated pros throwing toddler fits with footwork better suited for a playground meltdown than a basketball court. Meanwhile, Cathy's probably lounging somewhere, sipping organic chamomile from a mug inscribed "Breathe," utterly blissful. Ma'am, this isn't yoga in the park. You're in charge of a professional sports league that increasingly resembles a traveling fight club each week. Are we watching top-tier athletes? Or is this an unlicensed, dramatized episode of Bad Girls Club Basketball Edition?
In drama yet again in another basketball game. And this time it's with a top-notch player, man. Her and Satou Sabally had a powerful exchange after this game. And you already know, Phoenix put the beats on Dallas. Dallas, one of the worst teams in the league. This should come as no surprise, bro. But one thing I can tell you is DiJonai Carrington behavior is starting to look a little spooky, bro. At this point, bro, something has to be.
Let's take a closer look at Carrington for a moment, because she's completely disconnected from the main storyline. She's no longer just setting screens. She's orchestrating side missions. DiJonai is transforming game time into blockbuster action sequences, flailing limbs like she just finished a Jackie Chan martial arts marathon. One minute she's contesting a shot, and the next she's executing spin kicks that belong in an action film trailer. Post-game, it's less about celebrating a good game and more like a Fight Club audition. Honestly, every handshake now seems to come with a trigger warning. This saga just keeps escalating.
Satou Sabally, low-key was going at it the entire game. Okay, they both they were doing pretty good guarding and defending each other. Like, it was starting to get heated up again. They're very competitive women. Okay, Satou Sabally stands at 6'4". DiJonai Carrington is at 5'11". The truth is, though, low-key, they kind of have been going at it, so to speak, for some years.
And the hair pulling? Oh, it's 100% real. We've shifted from simple pick and rolls to pull, snatch, and chaos. Honestly, it's more reunion special than regulation game. We're seeing mid-court meltdowns complete with flying ponytails and frantic tugs. When did the league go from tip-offs to tug-of-war? At this rate, they should replace headbands with chin straps. Forget fouls. These players need dental coverage and an EMT on standby. The only thing more tangled than Carrington's strategies is the chaos she's leaving behind on the court.
Like from 2023, just YouTube it here, guys. It's on YouTube here for free. Just type in DiJonai Carrington, Satou Sabally 2023. They got into it, they kind of clashed, and then like DiJonai Carrington had said something to her out of bounds. She did something to her. She got fined $200, and then they was on Twitter talking about it. And like, you know, DiJonai Carrington had added Satou Sabally. She was like, "Come on, Satou, you know it ain't even got to be like this." And Satou Sabally was like, "Girl, whatever." Like again, Satou Sabally, okay, has been she's slick at the mouth. Okay, her and DiJonai Carrington, they act like they ain't got no media training. They act like they ain't got no.
Here's the real kicker that truly cements her chaos. Carrington isn't just unpredictable, she's strategically chaotic. This isn't a heat-of-the-moment accident story. No, she's got a short list of targets, and spoiler alert, it's never the enforcers. DiJonai only confronts players she's certain won't fight back. Try pulling that stunt on A'ja Wilson or Brittany Griner, and you'll get humbled faster than a G League contract. It's the basketball version of slapping the kid with glasses. It's low, cowardly, and designed to avoid retaliation. This isn't toughness. It's a highlight reel of cowardice pretending to be confidence. And that, my friend, is what really stinks about all of it.
Here, bro. Get her out of here, man. Get her out of here. Why is she even up there? Get her out of here. DiJonai Carrington, you have done enough. WNBA, are you going to step in? Remember the last time I said, since the refs won't handle her doing all these flagrants, somebody gonna have to step up and fight. Now we're after the game and she's approaching someone to fight. She's approaching someone hostile. You're like, you too hostile. You just got popped. Y'all have lost 10 games. You have won 1 game. Get your ass to the locker room.
Meanwhile, Cathy Engelbert is likely buried in a Google document titled Professionalism Guidelines, typing with all the urgency of a snail on vacation. Meanwhile, Carrington is transforming the WNBA into a full-contact chaos zone with 0 rules. Cathy's probably preparing her next TED Talk about poise, but honestly what she really needs is a security detail, and maybe a taser gun at this point. What's unfolding on that court isn't a display of competitive spirit. It's straight-up WWE with better sneakers.
With the increased attention this year, there's also been increased scrutiny about the quality of refereeing. Curious if there has been any conversation about whether it's referee pay, referee training, anything to ensure that is as good as it can be.
Yeah, and the one thing as a very long-term sports fan I know is that officiating and refereeing is always at the top of a fan's list, of the media's list. Obviously, we work hard on training. We work hard on consistency. Obviously, not every, they're humans. Looking at technology, basketball is a little more complex than tennis, for instance, around technology of officiating. So we're looking at a variety of different dimensions.
Picture this. The final buzzer blares and everyone's drained, probably yearning for a cold Gatorade and some ice. But instead of sportsmanship, Carrington cranks up her personal Mortal Kombat soundtrack. Satou Sabally, just barely finishing tying her shoelaces, barely has time to react before DiJonai drops into a crouch, looking as if she's about to launch into a flying crane kick. The crowd is in stunned silence, security either snoozing or hypnotized, and Engelbert is still MIA, likely scrolling through meditation podcasts. Meanwhile, DiJonai is single-handedly transforming the WNBA into a bizarre crossover, part Sparta, part soap opera, full of chaos, drama, and unchecked aggression.
This happened last night. DiJonai Carrington said, "Oh, what? Paige Beckers is going to get all this shine after her amazing game? Paige Beckers is going to get all this publicity after this amazing game? How do I take the spotlight off my teammate, act like a child, and have everybody's eyes on me?"
And let's be real, this isn't just adrenaline. It's unchecked aggression with a whistle somewhere nearby. Every time the league fails to impose real consequences, it sends a clear message. Go ahead, suplex someone mid-play. Just make sure to flash a smile for your shiny fine and retweet our vaguely inspirational graphic afterward. Where are the suspensions? The statements that actually carry weight? While Carrington is busy putting together an epic fight montage, Cathy is color-coding her planner, but neither of them is truly competing. Instead, they're just clobbering their way through the chaos. And the more this goes on, the more it seems like no one's brave enough to say, enough.
I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to approach Satou Sabally. As the Phoenix Mercury are over here huddling, Satou Sabally gets into it with one of the Wings teammates. They're over here. Yeah, you see? Yeah, Satou Sabally jawing at DiJonai. And that's DiJonai. That's dirtbag DiJonai, by the way, with that thigh tattoo, as you see over here.
Kathy Engelbert is projecting all the commanding authority of a substitute trying to control a room full of hyperactive 8th graders on the last day of school. Players are chaos incarnate, elbows flying, wigs in peril, and general mayhem running rampant. And Kathy? She's scribbling imaginary detention slips on a clipboard that might as well be a stage prop from a community theater. Please don't insult our intelligence by calling this passion. Diving for a loose ball is passion. Playing through a torn ankle ligament with sweat and pride covering your face, that's passion. What DiJonai Carrington is doing, that's less passion, and more wrecking ball meets emotional breakdown. She's yanking hair as if competing in a blindfolded mannequin makeover challenge. If intensity involves roundhouse kicks during the handshake line, then maybe we're watching the wrong sport altogether.
Security let that go on for so long. How does WNBA security not usher them off of the floor? How are y'all allowing them to stay on the floor that long when you see it's becoming hostile? Especially with her reputation. Y'all supposed to get them off the floor. Get them off the floor. You don't see the other team. When Minnesota plays at home, right? When Minnesota plays at home and after the game, they do their dance, step thing, whatever it is they do. You don't see the other team out there. No, the other team beat it. They just smacked y'all. Skate, get out of here. Skedaddles, have a safe flight home. You don't see the other team out there when the minutes like, come on. Y'all lost. Y'all been
But seriously, if Kathy doesn't get a grip, and quickly, the WNBA risks transforming from a rising league with stars and potential into a viewer discretion advised warning. It won't be remembered for high-level playmaking or expanding visibility. Instead, it'll be known as the league where your ACL isn't the only thing in danger. Your dignity might get sucker punched too. The era of delicate warnings and therapeutic emails is over. If Carrington drops another post-game scuffle like she's hosting a cheap fight night, and the league once again responds with a Hallmark tweet, we'll start to wonder if Kathy's responsibilities as commissioner are being handled from some cave somewhere in the Pacific, completely disconnected, with no signal and a do not disturb sign hanging on the rock. Repercussions aren't optional anymore. They're the bare minimum, because what's truly at stake isn't just one team's reputation, it's the entire trajectory of the league. The WNBA is finally in the spotlight, and if that spotlight keeps catching her throwing temper tantrums like she's auditioning for an MTV reboot, it's going to backfire big time. This isn't scripted drama, it's supposed to be professional sports. But Carrington walks away from this chaos like a soap opera villain, leaving behind scenes of destruction, unpaid fines, and a slow-motion exit that leaves her braids flowing as if wind is her signature move, all while chaos lingers and the league's credibility takes a hit.
NBA needs to step in and solve this nonsense, man. Y'all are allowing this girl to run around like a menace. And like I said, Satou, we all know Satou kind of soft. It is what it is. Like Satou ain't with all that. She know who to pick and choose to play these games with. She wouldn't have, you see Alyssa Thomas was stopping it. She wouldn't have did what that wolfing she was doing with Satou. She would never do that with Alyssa Thomas, who was there. She wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do that at all. At all. At all. Y'all got popped by 13 points. You guys are 1-10.
And now, because no one wants to step up and enforce rules or act like responsible adults, we're witnessing a domino effect spiraling out of control. WNBA games are starting to look like gladiator battles with a sprinkle of free throws, an all-out contact chaos carnival. It's become a full-body contest to see who can implode the fastest, all on national television. Forget about plays or strategy. Some players seem more intent on collecting highlight reels of violence. This isn't team spirit, it's self-sabotage. And the craziest part? It's working. They're going viral. Not for buzzer beaters or sleek assists, but for side-eye beef, body checks, and post-whistle throwdowns. At this rate, ESPN's going to need a warning label before airing WNBA coverage. Viewer discretion advised. This game features scenes of hair pulling, accidental karate, and potential commissioner negligence. They might as well schedule it back-to-back with Real Housewives of Atlanta and call it Reality Sports Hour.
Her to bully, attack, say whatever, do whatever she want to any damn players. There is no disciplinary actions. There is no nothing with DiJonai Carrington, bro. I mean, this is getting out of hand, dog. And it's just so crazy to me that this is yet another week. I mean, well, not even a week. Another game. And we have a DiJonai Carrington situation, bro. A whole damn situation.
But let's pause and remember who's really at the heart of all this chaos. Caitlin Clark, the very player Carrington chose to target as if it was open season last year. Caitlin didn't just play. She brought fresh eyes, new sponsors, and headlines that reverberated nationwide. For the first time in years, she injected a real jolt of electricity into the league. She didn't just show up to compete. She arrived to reshape the culture, to shake things up. People who hadn't watched a WNBA game since 2002 started tuning in because of her. She had everyone talking. And what did some players decide to do with that precious moment of attention? Turn it into the opening scene for their next meltdown montage. Apparently, they thought the best way to ride the wave of rising relevance was to treat the game like an episode of Survivor, Elbow Island.
As everyone else has seen this angle. I'm calling her in, and I'm saying to her, I need answers.
It's mind-blowingly self-destructive. Here you have a generational star, someone who could carry the league on her shoulders if the league didn't keep trying to trip her up, instead of celebrating her presence, building around her, or maybe just shielding her from cheap shots and distracting narratives. But no, instead, a few players are too busy auditioning for the role of WNBA's Queen of Chaos. Seriously, don't they understand what's at stake? Caitlin Clark is the league's entire brand makeover in human form. She's the reason games are selling out, why networks suddenly care, and she's not here to be steamrolled every night for someone else's ego trip.
We have two competitive women, okay, who are very spicy, very, they're gonna speak their mind. It is what it is. They got that no-nonsense attitude. They gonna clash. Low-key during that Unrivaled, okay, back in February when it was 1v1, they damn near was fighting, okay, when it was Satou Sabally up against DiJonai Carrington. Satou Sabally, again, she's 6'4", large wingspan. She's bigger and stronger and taller than DiJonai Carrington. She was tossing DiJonai Carrington around like a damn rat.
And if this madness continues, don't be surprised when she looks across the Atlantic and sees dollar signs and peace signs being waved from Europe. At some point, Caitlin Clark will realize she doesn't have to keep being checked like a coat at a party just to earn her stripes. Let's be honest, the WNBA is still climbing, still gaining momentum, and it cannot afford to cannibalize its own progress. Caitlin isn't just a name on a jersey. She's the engine, the billboard, the rating spike, the ticket seller, the merchandise wave. Yet right now, the league is acting like she's just another sophomore to haze. Spoiler alert, she's not. She's the golden goose. And the way some players are treating her? It's as if they're grooming her for the rotisserie, trying to see how much chaos they can generate before it spirals out of control. What's even worse? Not a single serious intervention. No meaningful fines, no sharp statements from Kathy, no league-wide stand. Just PR interns tweeting vague messages about sportsmanship and hoping everyone forgets the headlines by Tuesday. No one's telling Carrington, maybe channel that energy into a jump shot. Instead, the message is loud and clear. Act up, throw hands, trend for a moment, then rinse and repeat. Caitlin didn't join the league to become a human punching bag or just another player to be hazed or ignored. She's here to play, to shine, to elevate the game. And if the league continues to show her a lack of respect and protection, well, she'll soon realize she's better off elsewhere, with a future that's loud, bright, and free from the chaos she's been forced to endure.
Right here, this Satou Sabally, right? So Satou Sabally is in Dallas. Now we all know she used to play for Dallas. So it wasn't a welcome back. DiJonai Carrington immediately put her hands up to the camera. Now this clip, like this scene right here, is going viral everywhere. DiJonai Carrington putting her hand up to the camera, really telling the camera she don't want nothing to do with them.
So if the WNBA truly wants to ride this wave of attention, instead of being swept away by it, they need to stop tiptoeing around the chaos and start taking real leadership. That means implementing actual punishments for real nonsense, holding players accountable without hiding behind fake smiles or PR spin. It means reminding Carrington and anyone else trying to turn the league into a demolition derby. You don't build a brand by wrecking your teammates and trampling your star. You build it by playing with purpose, playing like it matters, showing you care about the game, the league, and the fans. You don't want to be just a footnote in Caitlin Clark's highlight reel. Right now, too many players are chasing headlines instead of making history. And Kathy Engelbert? She's dangerously close to becoming the commissioner of calamity. That's not grit. That's insecurity and ego in sneakers. If nobody steps in and gets a handle on this soon, Caitlin Clark might not just walk away. She'll sprint. And who can blame her? Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a moment. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next.